we live in this commoditized, we live in this
shiny box
world of shiny, flashy things that we're all now constantly distracted by and all feel like, and we're all being programmed, you need this, you need this, you need this. And if you finally get it, then you'll be happy, and you're not happy. No, but if you get this, you'll be happy. If you get this, you'll be happy. And simultaneously, it's turned us into a disposable society. Everything that we do in our lives is basically everything we buy, everything we watch. It's all this disposable garbage.
Speed agree.
I mean, it's insane. It's speed and greed.
Speed agree. I agree with you quickly.
Oh, speed agree.
Like I don't need any more. But keep going.
I thought you said speedy greed, and I was
Speedy
like that, which is that too. It's speedy greed. It's speedy greed. It's like it's like fast fashion.
Yeah.
It's insane that we talk about the environment, which we need to talk about. We need to talk about ways in which we can protect it. And protect ourselves and all the animals and all of the life on this planet, which is really the only fucking miracle, by the way. Everything else is replaceable or reproducible. It's life and life itself. This is the only real fucking miracle in this, as Carl Sagan puts it, in this little blue dot spinning around in this vastness. And we don't protect it. Because we've all, because industries all bought and sold, and all of our politicians are all fucking bought and sold by the industries through lobbyists and all that shit. You can take that shit to the fucking bank. But
I'd like to take a transcript of this conversation to a bank and just have a woman named Shelley.
He said, take it to the bank. Do you not give me?
We'll put it in a safe deposit box.
And so all these industries have all run amok, and all they care about is bottom lines. It's just shareholders and bottom lines.
Right. Against our own best interest.
Against their own best interest, because if they actually did give a fuck about their employees and the quality of their product, then they would ultimately make more money and have more loyal customers in the long run.
Right.
But they're all just like, right now, I need it right fucking now. It's
Right.
a speedy greed.
Right. We'll sell.
Speedy greedy.
I'll sell you beef grazed in the rainforest, meaning I'll cut down my own lungs.
Yeah.
The lungs of the planet.
Totally.
To sell you beef today, and we'll all.
Yeah.
I'm not of the opinion that we'll all die tomorrow, but I was thinking today, where I was like, there's sort of a narcissism. You're probably more informed than I am, to thinking that we'll destroy the earth. I think it's far more likely that the earth will destroy us.
I agree with this.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that
Why isn't that the going theory, though? It's like earthquakes, floods, droughts, all that stuff will fires will happen. It'll kill us because the earth, like an entity, is like, get these fucking things off of me. Or maybe it's a meteor, Beth. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, by the way, the chances of us getting hit by another meteor are way higher than people really know.
That's one of those things.
Like it's like that might actually wipe us all out well before the oceans rise.
But
I mean, I'm telling
you say that life and the way that life has been going, ancient apocalypse style, and I don't say this with fear, I say this with delight.
Sure.
As a member of life, capital L, life,
yeah.
meaning I used to have a joke where I was like, life will be okay. I don't know if we'll be okay.
Yeah.
If Zach and Pete will be. In fact, I can guarantee that Zach and Pete will die. We will die.
Yeah.
But life will be okay. And not to get too ahead of ourselves, that's who I believe I actually am. I am a member of life.
Yeah.
Like I am one isolated member of a thing that will be okay.
Yes.
So in that sense, I can say you will be okay.
Yes.
But I think it's even if the nuking and all that stuff, give it a few billion years, life is not gonna.
I completely agree with you. I think
that doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
No, it doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
And we should try.
But it is interesting that the narrative is we're killing the planet when the planet
we're
is
win.
way robust. Like the planet has gone through way more horrible shit, but particularly these meteors.
Yeah.
These meteors are the equivalent of like hundreds and thousands of nuclear explosions.
Right.
Like the Earth.
And that's happened before.
And that's happened multiple times before. And
Yeah.
life still found a way, not to quote a dinosaur movie like Jurassic Park, but life finds a way. And life did find a way. And life
That's
will
a family movie
and
that
life,
features
And life will
dinosaurs.
find a way again. I completely agree. I think the reason why the narrative is, hey, we're killing the planet, and we should be worried about that, as opposed to, hey, we're killing ourselves. Which, by the way, some people do say that, but the overall narrative.
Buddy.
But I think the reason why, I think the reason why, I think the reason why is because we have taken on a self-loathing as human beings.
Buddy, I just wrote down we want to die.
Like literally, people
It's an
don't.
unconscious desire for annihilation.
But it's not even just a desire to want to die. It's a loathing of self, and you see it in the way that people don't love each other at all.
Yes,
the way
or
that
themselves.
that we are completely polarized, or themselves for sure.
Yes.
But the way that we are polarized, we see the way that a lot of actually environmentalists. I've heard this argument of like we're a disease. Humans are a disease. We're this parasite on
Matrix.
the earth. Well, kind of, but I like to me. I go, wow, that's a really I think that's a really horrible way to view humanity. And not that humanity hasn't done some stupid fucking shit along the way, but we're also pretty amazing. I don't know how exactly we evolved into what we are. You can say it was God's touch. You can say it's stoned ape. I think it's probably somewhere in between.
Yeah.
I do believe in a consciousness, and I believe
stoned
it's
ape,
guided
but God
us.
was the dealer.
What's that?
Stoned ape, but God was the weed dealer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Sure.
like divinely guided evolution of some kind, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But we are still, nonetheless, however we got here, we're these insane animals, creatures. There is no other creature on earth, even very intelligent ones, that deal with the level of anxiety and stress and depression and all of the ways we are disconnected from ourselves, each other, and the planet. They're all still kind of doing actual life.
Yeah.
Where they're either in their parasympathetic nervous system and they're chilling and living and eating and shitting and fucking and doing whatever
these are
animals do,
animals.
at large. And then we are the only animal that lives now, by the way, now more than ever, in the sympathetic nervous system, where we are constantly in survival mode. And I think that just has to do with the fact that survival used to be the 5 like basic pillars of survival. You needed to have food, water, clothing, shelter, and tribe. Those are the only things you even needed to worry about. There were no other worries. Now, granted, some of those things were big worries depending on the season of the year or whatever.
Sure.
Can we find water? Can we find food? But now these are my theories, but I think we are all constantly jacked into the sympathetic nervous system, our survival mode, because survival went from just finding those things to finding one thing, but getting it over and over and over and over and over again, which is money. Money replaced all these other things. If you just have this one thing, you can buy all those other things. But if you have a little bit more than of that thing, then you can have all this other shit as well. And then I'll be happier. Going back to exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
So this pursuit of constant dopamine happiness has made us all slaves to our sympathetic nervous system in our fight or flight, which makes us all way more unhappy.
You made it weird. You made it weird.